Good morning, class. It's another edition of Coffee with Kennedy. All right, I couldn't find my coffee mug this morning, so I got me a different one. I have lots of coffee mugs. Y'all know I like to drink coffee. I have lots of coffee mugs. I don't collect them necessarily, but I keep up with them over the years. Get them from different people. What's something you've got a lot of? Love my coffee mugs, love my coffee. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'll start making my coffee. You can go get your favorite drink, get you something to drink, something to snack on while you watch this. Alright, see, I've been using, for my Keurig, I've been using a refillable coffee cup thing. They're called K-Cups. This one's refillable. So every morning I fill it up with coffee at my house. Now at school, I don't use the refillable ones, but at home I do. So I fill this thing up with coffee grounds. Put it in my trusty little coffee maker over here. I noticed today that I don't have very much water in this thing. So, on these Keurigs, they have little water, what are these called? I can't remember, water basin things. But you got to look and make sure there's enough water in it. If not, you can add water. I brought some water out here with me to add. And I can start brewing my coffee while we get started. Y'all notice I'm wearing a jacket today. It's about 9 o'clock Tuesday morning. It's a little chilly out here today. A little nippier than normal. Now today it's supposed to get really warm, but this morning it's a little chilly, so I decided to dress right for the weather. I didn't want to sit out here and freeze, so I put my jacket on, my trusty Texas Tech jacket, Wreckham. Mr. Laura, you still know that we won't go into the UT stuff this morning, just wreck them. Anyway, it's been weird with all the sports shut down. This is the time of year I usually watch March Madness. That's the college basketball playoffs. I was really looking forward to it this year. Texas Tech was on the border of if they were going to make it or not, but they should have made the tournament, I think, but the tournament got canceled along with a lot of other things. So I've had to deal with that. You know, I've had that canceled. I had a couple of concerts canceled. That life goes on. Have you had to miss anything yet because of this virus? School, of course, getting to see me every day at class. I know you've missed that a lot, sure. I know you miss all your other teachers anyway. But yeah, you've had to make a few adjustments in life. Things have been a little different. The wind's blowing a little bit this morning, so if my camera seems a little shaky, it's because the wind is blowing. Now to do these, I've had to figure out a way to record these on my iPad while I'm outside. So I created I didn't create. I found this step stool that we have in my house, and I can set my camera up on my step stool, my iPad. Oops, can you see it? I got turned the wrong way. There it is. There's my handy dandy step stool. So I use that as a stand for my camera. When you're at home, sometimes you may have to make things work. You may not have a computer desk at home, so you're having to use your coffee table or your kitchen table. I personally do mine in all those places. But how's the online learning going? Are you getting used to Google Classroom? It's a little different for me. Some of y'all may know. Oh, good, my coffee's ready. Some of y'all may know that I've been teaching classes online for a while through a college. I teach classes through a place called Southern New Hampshire University. And I also take classes online through Texas Tech. So I've had some experience with online classes, but they don't use Google Classroom. They use one uses Blackboard. Texas Tech uses Blackboard, and Southern New Hampshire uses Brightspace. They're different computer programs. They're set up completely differently. They were made for college classes. They're fairly user-friendly, but they're different than Google Classroom. So I've had to do a lot of learning, a lot of adjusting on how to do things, how to use this Google Classroom. It's a change for me. I don't necessarily like change. I know a lot of you don't like change. When my boss first told me I was going to have to teach classes online, I wasn't real excited. I'll be honest. I didn't jump up and down and go, yay, yay, I get to create a new Google Classroom. That wasn't my thought. But that's what my job was. My boss said I had to do it. So I learned how to do it, and now I'm enjoying it. But at first, I had some anxiety about it. I wasn't excited. I had to do something completely different, something that I'm not used to. I like my routine, just like I said, a lot of y'all do. I don't like my schedule getting messed up. I don't like having to do things differently. But I've had to adjust. I've had to learn how to do it differently. So I did a lot of research online. I asked Ms. Robinson, because she's good with this stuff in our technology class. She's been helping a lot, all the teachers. And I've learned how to set it up. I've learned how to put assignments on there. So YouTube, I've known how to make videos before. You're not going to find any on YouTube. Well, no, you won't find any videos of me on YouTube, other than what's in my Google Classroom, my YouTube channel, which is attached. But this is a whole new thing for me. Sitting here, I'm used to y'all sitting in front of me. We're having a discussion. We're talking through things. And now it's just me talking to a camera, waiting for you to watch it and respond. Oh, looks like my wife is leaving. See, that's something I'm not used to. I'm not used to, in the middle of the class, a garage door lifting and the van starting to back out. I get easily distracted like y'all do too. So I've got to stay focused on this video. I've got to push that distraction out. If it gets too distracting, I may have to stop the video for a second, or take a break, come back, and start. Sometimes y'all have to do that. Sometimes I have to do that. So with your classrooms, if you get too distracted, take a break, start back. Oh, there she goes. Let's see if we can see her. Everybody, you wave bye. Wave bye to my wife, Mrs. Kennedy. A lot of y'all had Mrs. Kennedy. A lot of y'all had Mrs. Kennedy at Burleson. My wife, well, she may have been Miss Cleland when some of y'all had her. She was Miss Kennedy when some of y'all had her. But some of y'all, a lot of y'all, my wife knew. Anyway, see, there I go getting distracted. I had to catch myself. I went down what's called a rabbit trail, where I start thinking about something completely different. I've got to refocus myself. Take a deep breath. Get my thoughts back on what I'm doing. Alright, so yesterday we learned about measuring. How did that go? Did you measure out 6 feet? Found out that's pretty far distance. That's how far you're supposed to be staying away from people in public. 6 feet. Today we're going to talk a little bit about hand washing. I believe Ms. Morse is going to be showing y'all some videos of hand washing this week, I think. So I'll leave that for her, but we'll just talk about the importance of hand washing. Now we know that when we wash, we put the soap on our hands, We rub it together underneath the hot water for 20 seconds, and then we dry our hands off. That's something we practice at school. That's something you need to be doing at home, especially when you go out in public. Remember the rule that we're limiting our public exposure as much as possible right now, especially if you've got health issues. You've got to limit your public exposure. You've got to limit the amount of time that you go out in public. But when you do go out in public, you need to wash your hands regularly. Now, you can use hand sanitizer if you don't have any soap, but the best way to clean your hands is with soap and water. Just like we teach in school, just like I know your parents have taught you, you need to do that a lot. Every time you go out in the public, you need to wash your hands. You need to wash your hands when you get home. You need to wash your hands regularly. Now, I'm going to show y'all something that I've been doing quite a bit. Because, now see, I can touch my phone because I'm the only one who touches it, right? But there are other things when we're out in public we may not want to touch a lot, right? We may not want to touch surfaces. So if I walk in to the store, maybe I don't want to touch this surface. There are different ways I can get around it. One, I'm wearing a jacket, right? I could just do like that, put my hand under there so that my hand's not touching the surface. That helps me keep from spreading germs. When I am opening doors in public, a lot of times I push. Let me see if I can show you. Let's see here if this will work. This is the front door to my home. If I can sit here. Now, one way, a lot of the doors in public are kind of already open a little bit. Oops. Let me show you. Look at this. I'm doing that. Oh, I had to touch a hand a little bit. But look, this is the way I do it a lot of times when I'm out in public. I can either use my elbow or I just push myself into the door and try not to touch it, right? See, look. If you can see this, see how I'm able to grab the door handle like that with my elbow and pull it back? Or, like I said, I can pull my sleeve over and not touch the handle. There are ways to do it. You can use your body to push the door open, or you can cover your hand. So those are just a couple of things you can practice today. And that's, that's not necessarily a bad habit in general. The more surfaces you touch, the more germs you may pick up. So that's why when you see a lot of restrooms now, gas stations and hospitals and stuff, a lot of them have the automatic, when you stick your hand under there, the water starts blowing or flowing. They have the hand soap that you don't have to touch. The soap, you just put it under there and the sensor fills it and the soap comes in your hand. They have the air dryers that you can stick your hand down in now. It feels really cool when it's blowing on your hands, drying them. So they've started coming up with ways for you to not have to touch things in public, to have less contact with surfaces that... Oh, sorry. I had to wait for that dump truck to go by. Today's trash day. Oh, there I go. See, getting myself distracted again. Coming back. I've already put my trash out, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. So I can come back to what I was talking about. So they have made ways for us not to touch surfaces. This is my coffee mug, so I can touch it because it's mine. I know where the germs have been. So, try to limit the amount of times that you touch things in public. Like I said, oh, here comes the truck, the dump truck. I'm going to show you all this. I know it's distracting, but it's fun. Sometimes we get distractions. There goes our local trash people picking up my neighbor's trash. He'll be around this way here in a second. So So anyway, so it gets a little loud. That means I have to talk louder. Or sometimes I have to pause when there's a lot of noise or talk louder. But usually I don't get to see this because usually I'm at home when this I'm not at home when this happens. I am at school with y'all. So this is kind of cool. So you get to see things that you normally don't get to see when you're at school. So go sit outside and see some new things. Get to do a couple of things you don't normally get to do at school. One of my favorite things is to watch The Price is Right. That's a good way to get your prices up. And here we go. We're gonna watch this. Here comes oh, they're getting really, really close to my car. She's getting really close to my car. But she backed up. She made it work. Look at that. She missed my car. She waved at us. That was very friendly. Now we're gonna watch her. Oh, see, I'm gonna have to move my car next time. See, now I realize when I park my car there, it makes it very hard on the trash lady. That's something I need to think about. Well, this is cool. I love watching them pick up my trash and put it in there. Let's see if we're gonna get a video of this. That is awesome. That's the way I wish I could take out the trash myself. Have a giant mechanical arm, just pick it up, put it down, and drive off. Anyway. See, that was a new experience for me. I get something new. That is the first time I've ever actually watched her pick up my trash at this house. And that is definitely the first time I've ever made a video of somebody picking up my trash at the trash truck. So that was cool. I got to try something new. So see, in these times of change, these times where I've got a little bit of anxiety because I'm having to do some things differently, I'm not on my normal routine. If I look around, I may get some new opportunities. I may get a chance to see something I haven't seen before. I got to videotape somebody picking up my trash. That was awesome. All right, so wash your hands regularly. Try not to touch too many surfaces. Tomorrow we'll talk about something else. Our weather. Now I talked about it a little bit earlier because I'm wearing a jacket today. But I'm going to go back on my phone to my handy dandy CBS 7 weather app. That's the one I like to use. Y'all can see it here. It's currently 64, but this is Tuesday when I'm making this video. You're going to be watching it on Wednesday, so you're going to have a different weather. So we're going to look and see what tomorrow is going to look like. There's a little preview, but I want you to look it up yourself. I want you to go and find the weather. You can either find it on like I said, CBS 7, Big 2 News, News West 9. They all have weather apps. You can go to weather.com. That is the weather channel. Those are all great resources to watch your weather. Because this morning, like I said this morning, I had checked my weather, but I didn't think about what time it was. And I walked out without a jacket on. It was cold, so I had to run back in the house and get my jacket. If I had done like I tell y'all every day and checked the weather before I walked out the door, I would have already had my jacket on. It messed things up for me a little bit this morning. So watch your weather so that you're prepared. Spend at least 10 minutes on that. And don't forget your physical exercise. That is a requirement. It's not an option. You're required to do something. I want you to spend 10 minutes dancing. Find some music and dance. Yeah, I know. It's a good way to burn some calories. It's a good way to get your heart rate going. And then get outside and do some exercise today, or do some exercise in your home. I can't stress this enough. I talk about it every day, and I'm going to continue talking about it in our videos every day. If you're sitting on your couch too long, your muscles are going to get weak. You're going to get out of shape. You're going to be too tired. You've got to get up and get your blood pumping. So put some music on. Let's see, the first day we did Blue Suede Shoes. Told y'all I can't add any more links to the music, but that was one. Hey Baby Que Paso was the second today. What's one today? Well, I know a lot of y'all like Old Town Road. It's a song. Play that song, dance to it. It's a little bit slower song, but you know, you can add some movements in there. But get up, get your heart pumping. Alright guys, I've enjoyed today. And I look forward to tomorrow. Leave some comments, let me know you're watching. Let me know what you like, you don't like. Is there something I should change? I need to go get a real coffee, a different kind of coffee maker, and show you another way to make coffee. But get yourself, that was something, well, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe we'll talk about getting drinks for our parents or something like that. But have a great day, and I will see y'all later.